Hello everyone, and welcome to What's in this week's Oban Times with me, Owen Wild.
Me, Kathy Griffiths.
And me, Sandy Neal.
And wow, what a week it's been. Between the mod wrapping up and Storm Ashley, we've got a lot of big stories coming your way this week. But we're still eagerly awaiting to hear your stories and see your pictures. Have something to share with us? You can get in contact by emailing editor@obantimes.co.uk, calling 01631 568000, or by messaging us on Facebook and X, formerly Twitter. Kicking off this week's coverage, we go to Kathy, who did an excellent job holding down the fort while the rest of us ran around town covering the mod. Kathy, what do you have for us?
Well, you know, and I always try my best. So we've been hearing two reasons why folk at Crossroads, North Argyll, have lots to smile about. Not only is the newest recruit at the respite-giving charity for unpaid carers spreading much waggy-tailed joy, there's a big clue there, but they're also celebrating news of 2 more years' funding worth £130,000 coming from the lottery. You can see the photos and read the full story in this week's OT or online at www.westcoasttoday.co.uk. Well, Storm Ashley blew in and blew out, leaving a trail of fallen trees and sea debris across our area. But it seems without too serious damage or harm. We can all breathe a sigh of relief at that. Over the Cuan Sound on Luing, islanders are hoping planners will give the go-ahead to plans for a new community garden in Colourpool. Have you ever seen a chair big enough for a giant to sit on? Well, if not, you can now on Mull as part of a new nature trail. You can discover more about that in this week's paper and online. Oh, and news is out about who will be taking to stages and performance spaces at January's Celtic Connections Festival in Glasgow. Definitely something to look forward to this winter. Back to you, Owen.
Thank you very much, Kathy. Well, onto the mod now, and Sandy has a summary on what was a very wild week.
Well, indeed it was, Owen. History was made at the Oban Mod this year. You can read all about it in this week's paper. But we cannot let this week's podcast pass without paying tribute to the fantastic achievement of not only Oban Gaelic Choir, who won the Lovat and Tullybarton Shield for the 4th time in a row, but also to the wonderful Makaton Gaelic Choir, which is the only one in the world and is based here in Oban. And there are so many more victories to tell you about in our 10-page special this week. My goodness, what a haul. So much gold, silver and bronze is on its way around the west coast. Medals, cups, quaighs, shields, salvers, batons, dirks, all manner of ancient weaponry and tableware. You may have heard it all jingling up the road or on the ferry as it heaved across the sea. Big wins, little wins, even just the achievement of competing at the Royal National Mod. We will there to capture it for you to see. If you want to find out what happened, pick up an Oban Times or Loch Harbour Times on Thursday, or visit www.westcoasttoday.co.uk. Owen, back to you.
Thank you very much, Sandy. Well, summing up the rest of this week's stories. Argyll and Bute Council has dashed the hopes of many Mullocks wanting to see a split campus on the island, citing the idea as too expensive. Vandals have hit Mossfield again, this time tampering with the defibrillator and damaging the toilets. Superfast broadband has come to Argyll. And can Oban win Town of the Year? Well, we certainly think it can, but the results won't be announced until Friday. Well folks, that's all we have time for this week. Remember to pick up a copy of the Oban Times in the regular local retailers. And you can also subscribe to www.westcoasttoday to see all the news from us and 4 other papers from around the West Coast. Until next week, it's bye from me, Owen Wild.
Goodbye from me, Kathy Griffiths.
And goodbye from me, Sandy Neal.
Bye.
Bye.